Okay, looks like we're here. Welcome. I am Toni Tessler. ToniStamps, that is me. Let me just bring this up. So Facebook was acting a little crazy like 2 minutes ago. It kept like scrolling like up, and refreshing. It was crazy. I had to restart my iPad and then it still did it. So I think it's Facebook, not me. So hopefully hopefully it'll work right throughout. We'll see. All right, tonight, so say hi when you get here. Let me know that you're here. If you're watching on YouTube later, leave me a comment there. You can always ask me questions there too, and that's good because I get a notification. I feel like the notifications work better on YouTube than they do on Facebook. As far as, hey Sean, hey Vicky, hey Sue. As far as emailing, like YouTube, I get an email every time somebody leaves a comment. And with Facebook, it's hit or miss, when I log in and I will check my notifications, but they're not always there, like all of them. So, try to reach out to me both ways. If you really need me, ask me a question or anything. All right, let's get into it. Today, last call for Sale-a-Bration items. That's what I wanted to do today, just have another little peek at some of the things we can get and a few reminders. So tonight, this is the last night for Sale-a-Bration. This is, where some of us are calling it second Sale-a-Bration. So far, the only thing that has run out is the bedazzling paper. So this is no more. And I only ended up getting one pack of that. So I'm just gonna have to live with it. But I'm gonna use a few of these other products. So let's get into it. All right, let me throw this stuff away. All right. So the first thing I wanted to do, oh yeah, and I forgot. I have one of these extra sets that I'm also giving away for anybody that orders in September online. So whether you use the hostess code or not, any online orders placed are going to go into a bucket and to win this set. So I did one in August and I'm doing another one in September. Hey Sean. So first card, I am using these. Let me reach and get them. I'm using these papers and these ones. These are Peaceful Prints. So I like these because I do like the plaid. I really like black and red together. But I'm a fan. I don't have this punch, but you can cut this out. And actually that's what we're going to be doing with quite a few things. Well, with the next card anyway. But this is just I like that it's 12 by 12. That always gives you more options for making gift bags. I like to make those. Ooh, look at that. Like the snowflakes on the plaid. Who doesn't like plaid? So I'm using that for my first card. And this design, I'm not going to share this. I'm not going to post this on my blog until tomorrow because I don't think I'm supposed to show it ahead of time. But I've been in that Build Your Stash Holiday Card Makers group and on the design team for that. So this is the sketch for September. So we've got a 3x6 card. This is a mini slimline. And then I've added a layer of designer paper. And then we have 2 layers, a cardstock and a designer paper. I'll be able to post the sketch tomorrow too. And then you'll have all the dimensions and everything. But that's what it is. And then this was specifically a 1/2 inch by 3 inch greeting. And it was tricky for me to find something that fit for this one. And then this over here was any shape or size. So I went with the poinsettia. I really like this 3x6 card. It's more efficient if you use 12 by 12 paper to make these cards because you would obviously get 4 out of 1 sheet of cardstock. But like this one, I just use regular 8.5 by 11. So not as efficient, but still a nice card. All right, so I've got my 6x6 scored in half at 3. And let me get my bone folder. Now the cards on this paper pack say Cherry Cobbler. They do not say Real Red, but I thought the Real Red looked even better with this print especially. Then I've got 2 layers. I've got a Real Red strip and a Sahara sand strip, which I put through with the macrame folder, and that is Sahara sand. Then I'm going to use some sheeps. So years ago, this is the counting sheep set. So this is a Sale-a-Bration item. This is a Sale-a-Bration item. The stamps and the dies. So the stamps are a $50 item, and then the dies are also a $50 item. And the counting sheep, these dies were supposed to be, these were allegedly one of the first things, you know, at the beginning of Sale-a-Bration, they said, oh, these are going to run out probably quick. And they haven't. I'm surprised. But they're cute. So we're going to use sheep. So this is, years ago, we had a different sheep stamp, and I made Christmas cards one year, and I just printed a whole sheet of Fleece Navidad, and this time I added Bah Humbug. So I did it in I did this just on the computer in Word. I did it in 3 different sizes. I think this was maybe 32, 28, and 26. And since I need that 1/2 inch piece, it's going to work for this. So either Bah Humbug, so Fleece Navidad, or Bah Humbug. So you can make these yourself. And I'm just going to cut this up. So this was my test case. I printed it on just regular copy paper. And then I went back and printed on cardstock. Now, I have a laser printer that I bought last year. So I used a laser printer. If you have, any printer you have is going to be fine. It's just if you have a desk jet printer, if you like smear your finger across it, no matter how long it's been sitting, it tends to smear. So just keep that in mind. But so I already stamped and die cut my sheeps. And you know what? I need to cut this greeting. Oh. Now, if I was really going to do a whole sheet of these, I would space them out so for maximum cutting. But for right now, I'm just going to eyeball this because I need this to be a 1/2 inch. Let me see. Yep. Doot, doot, doot. So I think the 1/2 inch is right there. And you know what? It's close enough. This is my card for now, right? Doesn't have to be exactly a 1/2 inch. All right, and I think, yep, that needs to be trimmed a little bit more. Let me go this way. Oops, so I want it to be a 1/2 inch by 3 inches. And I want my 3 inches to be kind of centered. So I'm chopping that side off, and then this side. And it did not end up centered, but I do still want to trim it again. It's the only thing about this guillotine cutter is getting the teensiest tiny little bits off. I can still do it. There we go. Come on. My fingernail's stuck. Okay, cute. So yeah, Fleece Navidad. I had fun with that. That had to have been 5 or 6 years ago that I made a bunch of Christmas cards like that. All right, so there's that. And I will use these for other cards. So it doesn't matter how, big the font is. All right, let me scroll up the comments. Okay. Everything looks good. All right, now color. Do I want to add a little bit of color onto my sheep? So I think I do, but let's glue on some of these layers. So this layer, like I said, our card is a 3x6 mini slim. So I trimmed this one down. I think I just went down 1/8 of an inch. This was actually not in the sketch to have a layer, but you can take some liberties with the sketches. So I think I may have cut it down like 1/8 of an inch. I wanted just a very teeny tiny border. And wow, that is really sticking. I gotta pay attention here. All right, I gotta move this, wiggle it just a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. That was a song, and I'm a terrible singer. All right. Oh, hey, Rose, you guys are going to join me on Saturday. I saw that Marilyn's, that that she had to cancel her thing. Or no, or was that Jeannie? I can't remember now. And I wanted to hang out with you next weekend, but I've got something else going on next weekend. And I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. All right, now this, after I embossed this piece, it stretched out a little bit. So I'm just going to cut it. And I want to say these are 1 1/4 inch by 6 and 1 1/2 inch by 6. Yep. So this is just going to get glued on, maybe like right here. Looks like I have a little glue booger I have to pick off of here. All right. Yeah, I haven't used these sheep very much, and I mean, that's kind of disappointing, but I'm still, oh, look at that. Okay. Whew. So that's going across the whole card. First, I was lining it up with my designer paper, and that was not supposed to hang off the side like that. Panic for a minute. Jeez. Anyway, I got these stamps because my mom loves sheep, and then I've hardly used them. Where'd that other hat go? Oh, there we go. So the little hat was a stamp and a die. Let's add some Sahara sand. That won't stand out too much. And then I'm going to also do some glitter. All right, let me flip around. Sahara sand and I would consider that a brown, a shade of brown. So I want my brown marker. I guess it could go either way, kind of brownish, grayish. All right, and I'm just going to put this a little like all over their fur. So we went to the Anne Arundel County Fair a couple weeks ago, and I mean, we've lived here our whole lives and have never gone to the county fair. Ooh, that is way too dark. But that's okay. We're going to fix them with glitter. Anyway, we went to the county fair, and they have sheeps and, you know, all kind of stuff that you can pet. And you would think that I would know better, but when I pet the sheep, they really do feel like wool. It's funny. So I got a lot of pets in, and then I realized, I gotta wash my hands, and everything was outside, and they did not have bathrooms, so that could have gone better. But I feel like I should have known that. Like, of course they're gonna feel like wool. That's where it comes from. But in just real life, it was just surprising. But they were really soft, and they were cute. All right, now I'm going to be kind of generous with this glitter, because why not? Now I know we don't have Dazzling Diamonds glitter anymore, right? But everybody has some kind of glitter. And my two-way glue pen. So I'm not going to put it on their faces, but pretty much everywhere else. I feel like this Sahara sand kind of makes them look a little dirty, but we're just going to have to live with that. They're sparkly, that's all I care about. And we definitely need sparkle on their hats. I wish I had some white pom-poms. I feel like that's what I really need for these, is a teeny tiny little pom-pom. I could also go through my old stamps and find like a Santa's hat. Spoken like a true city girl. You're right, Sean. Yep. And I should know that. All the years going to North Carolina visiting our cousins, but they didn't have sheep down there. They had cows and horses, so we were more familiar with them. All right. So this, we're going to put our greeting on. And normally I might rip this or do a little flag punch to it. You know what? Let me reach that. It's almost within reach. I haven't used this in a while. Let's do this one. That's like a banner punch. Oops, and I bent that. All right, so I'm just eyeballing to get this in the middle. I really like these sketches. Ooh, how did I get that wrong? Look at how messed up that is. I thought I had that in there right. All right, that's better. Jeez. All right, let's set that down. But yeah, these sketches that I've been using, and you guys, I encourage you to use them and make cards and submit also, because they have a Facebook group and they have a different album every month that has the sketch, and then everybody loads up their creations, and then there's a prize. And I don't know how she gets the prizes, like if they're donated from companies or if it's from her stash. I don't know, but a prize is a prize, right? It's like new stuff. So Lenore, you're in Charlotte? Oh, funny. My people are in Grassy Creek. And now my aunt and uncle live down in Taylorsville. We went down there maybe 2 years ago and saw them. Ooh, cute, cute, cute. All right. I feel like they have to go this way because I don't want his face. Like, I can put him here. All right. I need dimensionals and glue dots. So I'm just going to use a glue dot for putting the little hats on them. And this is probably something that I should have done before I glittered. Live and learn. And they're just going to sit at a jaunty angle. And I'm not worried that that's probably not like the best place for the hat. It's okay. Just like, you know, I know these are a little dark on the Sahara sand. It's okay. Not the end of the world. All right, and we're going to pop these guys up. That is, I cannot tell you, this is a lot of glitter on here. My glue pen went a little nuts. But that is perfectly fine. Now these sheep could be birthday sheep, obviously. They could be Hanukkah sheep. They could be any Halloween sheep. They could be any holiday sheep. But I'm just glad I wanted to use them one more time. I was glad I have this chance. All right. And these right there. Okay. Now, oof. So much glitter. Now sometimes on the sketches they'll have like a spot for the embellishments, and I don't think there was one on this particular sketch, but I'm going to add, I think I want some of the red rhinestones, because why not? I like that the red rhinestones are all the same size, so you don't really have to choose like, oh, am I going to use a big one or a little one? I really need to clean this off. All right, so I do like, I think I'm going to go with 3. That's my norm. Let's do, I feel like I'm going to do 2 over here. And then 1 over here. And I wanted to make sure I didn't put it on the red stripe just because it wouldn't necessarily stick out as much. So that's our first card. 3x6 mini slimline, which I love that. But like I said in the beginning, if you were going to do a bunch of these, this has to be V's card, you think, with all the glitter and the red. Could be. But like I was saying, I think it would be more efficient to use 12x12 if you had it, if you wanted to make a bunch of these, just because of the size. Because you want to cut your paper 6x6. So out of a 12x12, you're going to get 4 cards out of each piece. All right, that's our first one. Now, number 2, I am using this Penguin Playmates. So I hadn't cut into this yet because I was going to be using this paper for my make and takes with the snowman set for bingo, but since I had to cancel that, now it's a free game. But I don't have any of the stamps, so my plan is I'm going to cut things out. But I love these colors. So we've got Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, Just Jade, and Soft Sea Foam, which you may think greens might be a little weird for like a winter or holiday-ish pattern, but they work. So I'm going to use the entire piece of this. I don't have to save any bits of this, but I'm going to cut out whatever I want on here. So what I first want to do is we're going to use this whole sheet of 12 by 12 because I'm going to make an envelope. Now I know we don't sell this anymore, the envelope punch board, but you can still get them from, scrapbook.com or Simon Says or whatever. But I love them. So we're going to do a regular 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 envelope. So we need our paper 8 by 8. All right, and then score line at 3 1/2. So let's go ahead and cut this. Actually, I'll bring these back in a minute. So 8 by 8, 8 by 8, 8 by 8. So I'm trying to think. This is a directional pattern. When we cut 8 by 8, we're going to have 2 4-inch strips left. And if you recall, like that's one of our normal layers for a standard card is like we'll go 5 1/4 by 4. So having that 4-inch strip is going to be great. And then I can just see which direction I want my card to go, landscape or portrait. All right, 8 by 8. All right, so I'm going to make my envelope with this. Now I have these 2 pieces left that I can have for my layer. So I think I want my card to be landscape. Actually, no, that doesn't matter because I'm using this side. Duh. But I want to cut out some stuff. So, So I do still want to cut this. Actually, I think I want to cut this down. So I cut my Fresh Freesia layer, yep, at 4 by 5 1/4. So this will be 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then there's a couple things I can cut out, but I'm probably going to have to just cut out from this strip. And that's perfectly fine. All right, let's make our envelope first. So for this size, it said we needed 8 by 8 pieces, a piece of paper, and our score line is going to be at 3 1/2. So just a little quick refresher on how to use this envelope punch board. I think I want this to be on the inside because I want it to be a nice surprise when they open it. And plus this will be easier to address. So 3 1/2, we take this side over to 3 1/2 and push it all the way up and all the way to 3 1/2. Now there's under here, there's this groove. That's where I'm going to take this, this thing, what is it called? Jeez. The bone folder, only it's not a bone folder, this plastic thing. I'm going to run it right in this crater, and do the punch. What is this called? The gully or something? So we score, punch. Now we don't need this measurement anymore. Now all we're doing is lining this score line up with this little thing right here. And see how it says score guide? So our score line is coming in and it's going to touch that little tippy thing right there. And again, push it all the way up. Score, punch. Turn. Line up our score line again with this tippy. Score, punch, turn, and one more. Score, punch, and we're done. Now, if you want to do round the corners, you put it in this side, and I'm not doing that. And then you store it right back in here. I still use my envelope punch board a lot. All right, and I'm going to fold this in, and I just use regular liquid glue to put these together. I haven't quite figured out which way I have to start the paper to determine where my pattern goes. I haven't figured that part out, and I've only had that thing for I don't know, 10 years. All right, so I'm putting glue and glue. And then I just have to hold that here for a minute. And then I can have a sip of water. How about that? So yeah, last day of September. I'm ready for true fall weather. It's been a little chillier here, but I think we're expecting more 80-degree days. All right. I love it. Now with something like this, I would do, I would probably use a mailing label, like the address labels, and just write on there. But I could probably get away with writing it directly on here. I don't know. All right, now let's go to our card pieces. So I'm gonna have to cut something out of these. And then I've got my layers. So I'm doing a Misty Moonlight card base, 5.5 by 8.5. Score that, fold it in half at 4 1/4. Then I've got my Fresh Freesia. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we just cut this one down. What did I say? 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So I'm just going to glue these on. You know, I didn't even pick any ribbon out for this card. If anything, I would use some of the white glittered ribbon. But I think I may use glitter itself. All right, and this is going to go here. I'm liking this already. I have 2 pieces of white. One is for the inside. Let's just put that in right now. Now remember, I don't have any of these cute penguin or bear stamps. So I'm going to have to use a greeting from Snowbody Better, from the Snowman set. All right, that looks straight enough. All right, putting that there. This, I think, oh, that was for the greeting. I think, I can't remember. Oh, no, I'm going to make snow with this. This is what I get for not turning my notes over. Yep, landscape and snow. All right, let's just do this now. So I want to just rip. You could rip or cut. Actually, you know what? Let's just cut because I am going to put glitter on it. So I'm just doing like a little bit of wavy. And I'm going to layer it. Oop, and I do have to trim it again. And this one I'll try to do opposite. So they can be like boop, boop, snow. But yep, let me bring my cutter back in real quick. So I want them to be the same width as everything else, which is 5 1/8. I think maybe I thought I was going to use that when I cut the critters out, just to make them a little sturdier, but it'll be fine. All right, so we're going to have our snow. Let's just do that. Actually, you know what? Let's cut this. So I want to make an igloo. I took a sheet of white and in the layering circles dies. Hey, Julie. The layering circles dies, the largest regular circle, and then I ran it through with the brick embossing folder. So I'm just going to cut this by hand. And that's going to be our igloo. And I do keep that 1-inch punch handy. So I'm going to go in and make our little igloo hole. How about like right there? So there's our igloo. All right. So that's going to go right there. And I am going to add a little bit of blue ink to this. Because I need it to stand out a little. Oh, you know what? I don't want Misty Moonlight. That's going to be a little too dark. Let's go with like Pool Party. How about that? Because that's kind of, maybe that's what this is. More icy color. Actually, you know what? Yep, I decided I'm going to do it on the edge of our snow bits too. So we cut our 2 strips for snow. And then we've got our igloo. All right, so I'm just going to go around the edges just so it has a little tint and it stands out. All right, so see, I think that stands out just a little bit better than just plain white. And I could go a little bit darker. Because, you know, like the icebergs, they're green and blue. They're not just all clear. I know igloos are different, but work with me here. All right, so I'm just going to put, again, some Pool Party right on the edge here. And I am going to follow this up with glitter. So if this seems dark, I think the glitter that I'm going to put on it is going to take care of that. It's going to cover it up. And I am going a little darker on this, our snowy bits. And that's okay. I do want them to stand out a little bit. All right, I'll put that in the pile to clean later. All right, glitter, glitter. Let's go back to my two-way glue pen and my glitter that I put away. So I'm going to glitter our snowy hills, and I'm also going to add some here, because why not? All right, now for this, I want a scratch piece of paper because I don't want to get glue all over my work surface. So I'm just taking my glue pen, and if you don't have one of these two-way glue pens from a long time ago, I would use whatever glue you have. You could take some glue, squirt it out on like your nonstick mat, and use a sponge. You just want something like on the edge. All right, and then scoop this. I like that. I do have to tap the excess off. There we go. Yeah, I like that. So it does, the glue does hide some of that Pool Party. Like if you thought the Pool Party was excessive. I have two of these glue pens up here, and I think I grabbed the other one before. All right, let's saturate this in the glitter, because glitter makes everything better. Yes. Tap, tap, tap. All right, and then I will get rid of that. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter here and there. Not over everything. Just little patches. Yeah, Julie, I love this for an igloo. Okay. I like it. So we've got just, touch of the Pool Party and then the glitter. All right. And I think I am finished with the glitter for now. Okay. So glue away. Scratch paper away. With all this glitter, I am not going to put the ribbon on, because that would just be over the top. Although, what would the harm be in that? All right, so we're gluing that on. And then I'm going to glue, I think like this, and then I will have our igloo like that. You know what? I can stamp right on this. That's what I'm going to do. I was going to stamp the greeting separately and cut it out, but changed my mind. All right, this one, You're Snow Cool. I think that's definitely it. All right, I feel like all my blocks are entirely too big, but we're gonna have to make it work. All right, you're Snow Cool, and that is gonna go in Misty Moonlight, because I want to pull in that color from the base of our card. All right, let's see. Yep, You're Snow Cool. I love it. Adorbs. All right, and then I will clean that later. Yeah, Snowbody better. I love all the sayings. Very cute. All right. So let's get back to our gluing, and then I'm going to cut out my critters the very last. So I want these layered like this. So I think it was about here. I think it's going to be good enough. Yep, that's what I wanted. Okay. And just, you know, regular glue. I'm not popping these up. I will pop up our igloo and probably whatever critters I cut out. Ooh, I like it. So I like this pattern too because then it's kind of like snowfall, even though it's fake. I mean, with the colors. All right, where's my dimensionals? Here we go. And yeah, I am being pretty generous with the dimensionals. Because why not? So I definitely want a little snowman. Actually, what I'm going to go for is what is pretty easy to cut out because I didn't have time to do it ahead of time. You know what? I'm going to leave this because it's important that I cut out what I want. I kind of like these guys right here. There's no way I'm going to cut those little trees. Let me just get this. Oh, God, I cut right through his head. All right. Good thing there's another one. How did I do that? Oh, well. I'll use that for something else. Okay, so these guys are all connected. So I am going to quickly cut them out. And I can see already I'm probably going to go back and get that bunny. So see, even if you don't have the stamp sets that go with this, like that penguin builder, because there are some pieces in this paper that fit that penguin punch, but I wouldn't worry about it. I would just plan on hand cutting this. It's not the end of the world. And it's not going to be a ton of it. So I thought the penguins were cute, but there was other stuff I wanted more. So I thought the paper will do it for me. It'll be good enough. All right, just getting this. Now I'm just leaving a little border, and it's not always perfectly even, but it is good enough. All right, let's get rid of that. Shoo, I feel the sweats coming on. It's not going to be good. So yeah, I cannot believe Sale-a-Bration is over tonight. I think I was used to, you know how they had switched it to, it was 3 months. And then they just went back this year to 2 months. So I think it was easy to get used to it when it was 3 months. But now that it's twice a year, that's like even better. All right. Yep, we might need a little bit of glitter on these guys too. All right. Ooh, please don't stick. There we go. So I think we're going to have them like this. Yep, so I'm going to stick this down. And then I wanted to go back and cut that bunny out. And I'll put the bunny down here. And just a little bit of glitter on the snowman. So my point with this card was out of one sheet of 12 by 12, we got our envelope, our card layer, and our card cutouts. And there are still some little scrap pieces left. Well, not so little, that you can use for other stuff. All right, so I need a dimensional for him. Hey, Vicky. All right, little bunny. Who remembers Little Rabbit Foo Foo? I know that was a little, a little song when we were growing up. I'm sure it's, people probably don't sing it anymore, but I still remember it. Little rabbit foo-foo hopping through the forest. All right, so I'm trying to figure out, so I'm going to put dimensionals behind here and then glue between here and here. So I do want to add some glitter. You know what, let's put some on their scarves and hats so everybody gets some glitter. Now this little container I just got at Walmart in the school supply section, and I keep my glitter and some of my embossing powders in it, and then I labeled it. I think it was like less than $1. All right, so, cute, cute, cute. All right, dimensionals are going to go behind here, behind the bear. And then a little bit of glue behind these spots. And we'll go right here. So I feel like I'm covering up a lot of the snow. Boo. That's just how it's going to go. All right. So yeah, so out of that 12 by 12, I still have all this stuff that I can cut out. We've got our envelope that we made and our card. Cute. And then we'll double check. Yep, everything fits. So sometimes when you make your own envelopes, if you make your cards like so 3D, sometimes they're a tight squeeze. I found that out when we did that 4-panel card set. Okay, but cute. I love it. And yes, I do love all the glitter. Cute, cute, cute. All right, one more thing that I wanted to show you. Let me put this out of the way. So these shaded summer dies, or summer shadows. So this was a $100 item. And again, this was a thing where they said, oh, it's going to run out quick, or they expected it to. It was the Counting Sheep dies, the bedazzling paper, and these dies. And these are still available. So when the new catalog came out, this was on my list, but I didn't get it right away because I was like, oh, I'm not cutting out these flowers. Well, when I saw these dies, I had to go and get this because now I don't have to cut out those flowers. And I like all these other ones. I've done a lot with these, not so much with these. So we're gonna rectify that. All right, so we're doing vanilla and gold, and I've not finished the prototype. We're just gonna make it together. So let me just hide everything. So we've got thick vanilla. Oops, I dropped my ribbon that I need. Hold, please. So I'm using the gold shimmer ribbon. I ordered the gold glittery ribbon out of the mini catalog, and I ordered that 2 months ago, and I still don't have it. So that is just really delayed. I don't know what else to tell you about that, but I think the difference is it's more glittery on the edges. Sue or Gail, one of you would be able to tell me because somebody has it. I can't remember. All right, so thick vanilla, 5.5 by 8.5. Score it at 4 1/4. If you're wondering why do I put my card under the paper, that's an idea I got from Sharon in California, so that you don't get that shiny line from your bone folder. If you were just to bone fold the card directly, put a piece of scratch paper over it, and then you don't get that shiny business. All right, then we've got, this is leftover. This is the Elegantly Said paper, or Simply Elegant paper. It's like gold, basic gray, black, some of the copper, like it's metallics, and it's very fancy looking. I like it. But so first we've got another vanilla layer. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this one I took down like 1 inch, I think. So 3.5, Nope, I don't know what I took it down. 3.5 by 4 3/4. That's weird. I don't know what I was thinking with that, but I like it. All right, so this is just going to get glued on flat. Now, if you wanted to emboss this layer first, that would be extra pretty. But I'm going for simple and still elegant. You're going to see. But if we'd embossed maybe like the Tasteful Textiles folder, just something a little subtle. You never figured out what shiny line you're talking about. So, all right, here's a piece of scratch paper. So normally when you fold something and score it, well, I don't know if it's going to work since I just crinkled this, but when you really press down on this, can you see that this is like there's shiny business here? And that's from using your bone folder. I don't know if my light is good enough to show that if I have to hold it this way. Let me watch the camera and see if I catch up for a minute or if I have to turn it. But it's definitely, it's when you use your bone folder this way. And maybe it's not all of them, but all my bone folders are Stampin' Up! And I always get the shiny line. So that's what I'm talking about. Try it and maybe try it on black and see, maybe that would show you. All right, I've got another piece of scrap paper for the greeting. All right, and I've got gold embossing powder, Versamark, and I've got this image right here. So what we're going to do is emboss gold on this gold shimmer vellum. This is beautiful. I included some of this, a few sheets of this in the paper share that I did. Gail did too. But it's got like a whitish, just like the other stuff, like the in color. It has like a whitish, paperish looking background piece. So it's definitely, you can tell which side is the good side. But there is so much shimmer on here. I love it. So what we're going to do is emboss gold on gold for this. So again, I'm using the shaded Somerset, and I cut this. This is like 2.5 by 3. But you would cut, you know, whatever piece you needed. I was trying to be frugal with it. All right, so Versamark. Now I've got this to where I can angle it. I need to pull it a little closer to me. All right. That should get it. Oh yeah. And then we're going to put this gold embossing powder. So we're doing gold on gold. And this heated up really quick because of course I did one already and die cut it. It's really going to look good. All right, now before I want to do my greeting too, and then do the cooking all at the same time. So I'm just going to emboss, let's pick something, and I'm going to do it on, this scratch piece of vanilla will do. Ooh, did I get my lid right on there? Let me put this out of the way. All right, so what do I want to say? Happy birthday. I think some friendships are just meant to be. I like that. I've used that a lot. All right, let me get a block. So we'll do Embossing Buddy and Versamark. I am really happy with the gold embossing powder. So for years I had my old powder, which sucked. It had gone bad. And then I was like on the fence about trying the Stampin' Up! One, especially when they went to the 3-pack. So it comes, you know, silver, gold, copper all together. I wasn't sure, but I finally broke down and got it, and I love it because it's nice and shiny and gold. And I feel like my nose is congested. All right, so it's not to say that I don't still like my Brutus Monroe because he has sparkly gold embossing powder. I do love that. All right, let's heat this up. And actually, I'm going to do the vellum piece first, and you guys can see how quickly this cooks. All right. That just seemed very fast for me when the vellum, like I heated it up for what, 20 seconds or something, but went very quickly. And I love this image, nice solid. I really like the gold on gold. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pretend that I die cut this. So I die cut with this one right here. So I'll do this other one later. And I actually die cut a layer of vanilla too to put behind it. So here I'm going to pop this up, and then I'm going to pop this up. So this looks fine just as it is. I mean, it's pretty. I like it. But I'm going to add a layer of vanilla behind it because I think it just it makes it less see-through. So it just makes it stand out to me more. So I'm going to put this, I'm using my, get that glue buoy off of there, using my Barely Art glue. And I'm going to trust you guys that this is not going to show, but I kind of do want it to get it like pretty close to the edge because I don't want any of my edges sticking up. So let's go, okay, I think that'll do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna start lining up and moving it and pressing down. That looks good, so I'm gonna give it a good press. Yeah, Rose, with the black embossing powder, yeah, I'm glad they brought black back because I couldn't believe that we didn't have, was it black and clear that we didn't have for a couple years? I thought that was very strange. I'm not a fan of the 3-pack, but it is what it is. Because what happens if I use all of my gold, Then I got to buy another 3-pack? I mean, it's the same with the markers, but whatever. All right. So this is going to go here. And the greeting, with this one in particular, I've just been cutting it. And I do like to rip the edge. Because that takes it, like it calms it down. It's not as fancy. But, ooh, I like that. This, again, so pretty. All right, let me pop this up. And I'm going to pop the greeting up. And then, oh yeah, I got to add some ribbon before I do the greeting. Okay. So it's going to go like this. And what I want to do with the ribbon is I want to have a little bit of this lace. This is the scallop lace trim that's like vanilla. And then a little bit of the gold shimmer that I have. So what I'm going to do, I want this to peek out from the bottom. So you need red line tape or score tape, I guess. I just like this better for this kind of thing. All right, just double checking to make sure I have it on the bottom. All right, and I need a poker. Thanks, Sue. Try to think if we have any silver patterns of paper. Because we could do this, although what shimmer paper would I use? All right, so first I want the shimmer ribbon, and I'm going to trim this. So I'm going to put this like on the very edge because I want this to hang down first. Like that. Then I'm going to come back with, oh, you know what? I did that opposite. I do want to bring this up a little bit because I think I'm going to have to put another piece of sticky strip on top of the gold. Yes. This doesn't seem straight. Yep. And I'm going to just cut that while I can. So yeah, and now I'm going to do another piece. Ooh, right on top of the gold. And that's what I will attach my lace trim to. So just layering and doubling up the ribbon. But I like hanging it off the edge here. The tricky part is just getting this red line tape off, because it wants to stay on the ribbon, or it peels off the ribbon very easily. All right, I'm gonna get it here in a minute. I promise. Or I'll go to another side. How about that? It's got to come off sometime. Yep, laugh it up, you guys. All right. And this is the part that when I edit, I will get rid of this for YouTube. Although sometimes I leave stuff in there because they need to see the bloops and blunders too. All right, come on. Oh, there I go. Whew. All right, I don't like fighting with that. All right, now just double check. Right side up. All right, and I want this to go right here. And I'm going to trim it just the same. All right. Nice. Now I don't mind that this is just hanging off a little, because remember I ripped those edges, so it's fine. All right, cool. I like having the two ribbons, and that just adds a little bit. Now I'll take my dimensionals, and for extra, I'm going to run them right on top of both the ribbons. And then right up here too. Okay, probably excessive, but that ribbon's not going anywhere now. All right. And then if I didn't have enough gold on here, I think I'm going to add some gilded gems too, because I really like those. Those are the nice, bright gold. All right, so we're going to have, it's going to go like this. You know what? Let's put this card on first. So I'm using just a roll of the foam tape that now I know you can get at the dollar store. Of course, before I found that out, I had already ordered 3 more rolls from someplace else. But it's all good. All right. This stuff is very, very, very sticky. So I'm also going to add some liquid glue, and that's going to give me a little bit of wiggle room, because once you put this down, it's down. All right, just a little wiggle line. And that'll just help us, or help me, line it up. Man, this glitter's everywhere, you guys. I love it. Okay, now I do need to pull this closer to my face. And I think that's it. All right, that's good. Okay. Just gonna get some stuff out of the way while I'm holding this down. All right, now let's tape on, or pick all the dimensionals off our flower. And then we're going to put this on. Yeah, I really do like backing it with that extra vanilla. I just think it makes it stand out a little bit more. Some friendships are just meant to be. And I do want this to hang over this edge some. I think it looks nicer when it it makes your eyes go that way. All right, Gilded Gems. Which pack is open? This one. I like the size of the metallic pearls, the ones that come just silver and gold. But those I feel like they're not as bright gold as the Gilded Gems. And I want bright gold for all this. So I do like the size, but they're a little too dull for what I want here. All right, I really got to do something about my sinuses tonight. Okay. I'm going to do a big one here and a little one and then a medium one over here. Yeah, over here. So I like them to be a little bit spread out. Ultimately, I would probably like that down here, but since I stuck this down, that like changes the mojo. There's a ripple effect once you put your, I don't want to pull that greeting up, but I still love it. Even though I wish I would have put that greeting up just a touch. All right, I'm not going to fight that for now. So that was our Sale-a-Bration items that I wanted you to take another look at. So we've got our envelope and our glittery card. And then we've got our Fleece Navidad. So you can make your own sheet just on your computer in Word or whatever you have and print out your own stuff, your own little bah humbugs or whatever. What else did I want to show you? Oh, so last weekend I made a Halloween video, and I don't know if anybody saw it, but I made some slimline cards. I made a napkin card tutorial. So I made these. This was the same napkin. And then I decoupaged a jar. This was like gravy or soup or something. And I just tied some ribbon around it. So that is out there on YouTube. I really had fun with that. And, oh, big news. Yes, Sean, great wedding card or anniversary. I assume you mean this one. Yeah, and you could even make it bigger, 5x7. That would work too. World Card Making Day. That is this Saturday, and I decided I am going to do a few things. So let me just post that. I'm going to come here live at 3 times. So 11 o'clock is going to be a technique. And I will show you what it is. It's called the string art technique. I made this card for the craft roulette challenge last week. So this part right here is using string and re-inkers. So that's what I'm going to show you at 11. Then at 2 o'clock, yikes, I do always want to do military time. 2 o'clock, I'm going to do a kit. I got one of the kits from... there's no stamping in it, and it's butterflies. I can't remember the name of it. So I'm going to do that at 2 o'clock, because I just got it months ago, and I haven't had time to show you guys. And then at 5 o'clock, and this is all Eastern time, we're going to build a box. So I had been talking to one of you girls, Leslie, and she was saying so many people have asked her for boxes of cards, so, making boxes comes in handy. And I thought, you know what, we need to make a really big box. So we're going to build a box using 8.5 by 11 paper, cardstock, 4 pieces to make the box. But we're going to make it so it'll hold 5 by 7 cards. So if you make any larger cards, this is going to be a box for you. It's going to be about 6 by 8. So it'll be the panels, the side pieces, it'll be 8 wide, no, 7. 5 by 7, nope, 8 wide by 6 tall. And there will be a lid, and I do need to use 12 by 12 for that lid. So that's Saturday, and I will get them on YouTube later, so don't feel like, you have to be here to watch it live. You can always watch it later. All right, so thanks you guys for hanging out, and I'm going to get this loaded up probably before Saturday. I'll get this done by blog post and YouTube before Saturday. And then these I'm going to try to get put over on YouTube the same day. But I'm excited. So, all right, cool, you guys. Thanks for being here, and I will catch you later. Bye.